This is the Message Audit tutorial for administrators. Today we're going to look at what Message Audit is and what it can do, how to use it, and some common scenarios and issues you'll see. So what is Message Audit? Message Audit is a tool in the console that can give you basic details of email transactions inbound to and even outbound from your mail server. Here's how to use it. From the Email Protection tab, click on the Message Audit tab underneath that. This is the main Message Audit screen. From here you have a Message Audit search link where you'll do most of your queries, perimeter block search link, and a search history link. Let's start with message search. The first thing you want to do is narrow down your search. You could search by all domains or narrow it down to a specific primary domain. Then put in your from or to, start date or end date and time. Keep in mind that you can roll back up to 30 days from the current day. You can also search by a subject line with these different options. And finally, you can also search by sender's IP. Let's start off with a basic search. It's best to at least put something in either the to or the from fields to narrow your search. So for example, if you're looking for something from maybe a Gmail account, maybe Bob at Gmail, you can put that in there and click search. Or if it's to a specific inbound user, you can do their email address here. But you can also use wildcards. For example, if you wanted to see if anything came from Gmail. So let's try a basic search. Let's look for anything inbound to our test domain. So we got the results for today. And here are your results. Double click on them to pop it out to see the specific details. Or you can view it here in the preview window. Keep in mind you can also download the results here into a CSV file, and any individual audit you can download as well. So let's take a closer look at the Message Audit results. So you've got the from, the to email address, subject, size of the email, message and tracking IDs, sender IP, the direction of the email, this is inbound, and the spam score. Now what's important is here on the timestamp and event, the recipient disposition, this is when we got the email at the MX record. And then the message disposition is when we hand the message off to the mail server. You can see the timestamp when it came in, when it was handed off, and specifically you want to look for the back-end reply. This message was taken and the back-end IP that took the mail. So this is where you can verify something was delivered. Now let's take a look at a rejection. So on this email, you've got all the same details. So notice here in the recipient disposition and the message disposition, notice this, unable to relay. So at the time this message was handed to the server, this back-end IP gave this error. So that's a great way to find out what was going on with this message at the time. Now let's take a look at an example of an email that came in with a high spam score. So if you notice this email, the spam score here is 0.9999. Pretty much anything from a 0.9 is going to trigger our spam policy actions. Let's take a look at that real quick. Feel free to pause the video here to see the different actions and scores. Now back to the message. Because this had a high spam score, it was quarantined as spam. This QS stands for quarantined as spam. Now we later released this from the quarantine, and there's a separate message audit item that shows the email being delivered from the quarantine. And here's the handoff. So we've seen with message audit, you can see when a message is delivered, when it's denied, when it's quarantined, and released from quarantine.
If you need more help, check the contextual help, see faq.nuvotera.com, or contact the support team.